Okay, so now let's do a practice problem. Let's read. At a bank, continuous compounding means that interest is accrued at a rate that is a percentage of the balance at that moment. In other words, money grows at a rate that's proportional to the amount currently present, right? The less money you have, the slower it grows. The more money you have, the faster it grows, right? So it's the same situation that we just described with dy dt equals ky. So now let's get some details in here. Okay. A bank account earns interest continuously at a rate of 5% of the current balance per year. Here's my 5%. Initial amount is $1,000. So the differential equation that satisfies the balance, well, let's see, it's always growing 5% of the amount that's present. So what am I going to write down? dy dt, it's growing, right? Always 5%, that's the point of 5, of the amount that's currently there, right? And then my initial condition is that at time equals 0, I have $1,000 in there. So here's my differential equation. It looks like just what we were working with above. dy dt equals ky, only now I have meaning of this k, right? It's always growing 5% of how much money I have in the account at the moment. And this is my differential equation. So now, what is the solution to the differential equation? Well, I can go ahead and separate variables, right? And do this whole thing again, but I didn't really leave you much space in here. So what can we say? If my differential equation is of this form, dy dt equals ky, then the solution is going to be of the PERT form. In other words, initial amount, 1,000, e to the kt, and the k we take from above. K is going to be 0.05% t, right? So right away, right, the fact that we solved the generic dy dt equals ky up there, now we can jump right away to the solution and say that my solution is going to look like PERT, okay? And now this becomes kind of like the stuff that you did in pre-calc. How much money will you have in the bank a year after you put in the initial deposit in? Okay, so how much money? How much money? That means you're looking for y, right? So y after 1 year is going to be 1,000 e to the 0.05 t, or sorry, t is going to be 1. Okay, and that is 1051.27. Okay, so it makes sense. If you're growing at 5% continuously, at the end, you're going to have a little bit more than 5%, right? So you're going to have 5.1%. How fast is it growing at that moment, right? How fast is making you think about dy dt, right? Or the rate of change of your money, right? So let's see, dy dt is what? Is 0.05, right? 5% of how much money you have at that moment. And how much money do you have at that moment? You have $1,051.27. And so that equals 52.56, and this is going to be dollars per year, right? So at the end of the year, how fast is your money growing? $52 per year, which is a little bit over than the original 5% of 1,000, right? Which made sense. Okay, and then the last question, how fast is the money growing in dollars per year 10 years after you put in the initial deposit? Let's figure this out. How fast? That means we're looking for dy dt, but what do we have to put into dy dt? It's 0.5% of how much money we have at that moment. So first we have to figure out how much money we actually have at that moment. So I'm going to go I'm going to go y at 10 is going to be 1,000 e to the 0.05 times 10. And that will be 1648.72. And then this is the number that I can then plug into dy dt. equals 0.05 of 1648. 0.72, which gives you 82. 0.43 dollars per year, right? So you see that in 10 years, right, lots of money has passed. Now you have more money in your account, so it's going to be growing faster. Instead of $52 per year as we had before, now it's growing at $82 per year. Okay, so here's the important part about Wednesday's lesson. When you read a statement like something is changing proportional to the amount present, the differential equation that models it has this form, right? And if the differential equation has this form, then the solution is going to be exponential. It's going to have this form, right? Boom, 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 boom. So what you have to do is recognize when you read that we're talking about the situation dy dt equals ky, and then right away you can jump to solution, and then you just need some algebra and pre-calculus skills in order to answer all the questions. Okay? So there are 2 more problems in the back of your handout. I will not record a video for those. I'll just give you solutions because I think that you guys can at this point go from solutions to your actual understanding of the problem. Okay, good luck. I'm signing off.